And he looked after himself very well. He's growing up. And they call him As-Sadiq Al-Amin. When he's young, they're giving him this title, that this boy is always speaking the truth, he never lies. And he is trustworthy. You can keep with him £1,000,000, but when you ask for him, he'll give you it back. He won't deceive you, trick you, take your money away. No, he is trustworthy. He is 18, 20. He takes the profession of looking after the goats, and he earns some qirat. Now, when he is looking after the goats, looking after goats, being a shepherd is not an easy job, because the goats annoy the shepherd. They run around here and there. The sheep go from one place to the other, and you have to run after it and gather the sheep together, protect them from the attacks of wolves. So he had to be very gentle with the sheep and the goats. And he said in one hadith, "Ma ba'ath Allahu nabiyyan illa waqad ra'al ghanam." Every prophet looked after sheep, and you as well, Ya Rasulullah, I as well. And this brought in him special humility, humbleness, nurtured him how to be gentle. If you learn how to look after goats and sheep, then you will learn how to look after your ummah, how to be gentle and nice and kind to them. Also, while the sheep and goat are grazing, you look up towards the sky and you look at the power and the qudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is called tafakkur, pondering over the creation of Allah. At night you see the stars, you marvel at the way Allah has created the stars. So this is how he gained the ma'rifat and gnosis of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, whilst I was growing up, بُغِّضَ إِلَيَّ الْأَوْثَانِ وَبُغِّضَ إِلَيَّ الشِّعْرِ. The idols, I hated idol worship. I hated the idols. And I hated poetry, because poetry is filled with lies and kizb. So he never liked sher shairi and poetry. He grew up in a very clean and pure environment. Well, pure manner. The environment was covered with many vices. There was shirk, polytheism, Buddha-parasti, idol worship. But throughout his 40 years of life before Nubuwwat, he never ever worshipped an idol. Never mind worshipping, never revered, respected, touched an idol with admiration and respect. There was zina, fornication, murder, theft, burglary, rape, and all forms of vices, burying girls alive. So these types of, but Prophet ﷺ never did any of these things. Otherwise, when he became prophet, they would have pointed the finger at him. Say, you used to do this, you did this, you did that. How come you tell us not to do it now? Allah protected him. And he also, this is the point I'm trying to make, he also looked after himself. He never did these things. He used to sit in the suhbah and company of good people like Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nufayl, like Waraqah ibn Nawfal, like other good people within the society. He would sit in their company, look at them, observe them, learn from them. Many things he learned from the good people. Like he was sitting with Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nufayl, who was a nice person. He was one of the buzrugs of Makkah Mukarramah. He died before Prophet ﷺ was blessed with prophethood. If he was alive, he would have believed in the Prophet ﷺ. And his son, Sa'id ibn Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nufayl, did believe in the Prophet ﷺ, and he did become one of the Ashara Mubashshara. Sa'id ibn Zayd is one of the Ashara Mubashshara. He's son of Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nufayl. So he used to sit with Zayd ibn Amr ibn Nufayl and observe him, look and learn nice things from him. He said, one of the things I learned from him, he said, I don't eat that meat which is slaughtered in the names of the idols. Prophet ﷺ said, I never ate any of that meat either. He protected himself. Today we have to be careful where we get our meat from. So, this is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam growing up.